Hello and welcome to a very windy and cold day up in the north. Today we're going to be working on the Q3. I finally got what I think are the right parts to be able to put the front end on this car, get coolant in it and get it running up to temperature. Fingers crossed. I've got the alternator, I've got the water pipes, I'll show you them in a minute. Now it's very windy up here today. We had some snow last night. Trees are down, all hell's breaking loose. It's not that bad where the unit is, but where I live we actually had between 6 and 7 inches of snow last night, and the winds were drifting. Half the roads are I've got drifts on them, so it's only single width. Yeah, it's pretty bad up here today. So I've got 3 4-wheel drives at the minute and they're all in here getting fixed. So I've come over in little Punto that you haven't seen on the channel yet actually. I'll show you quickly. It's not too bad, you can hear the wind a bit now, but the snow's not that bad here. Like I said, where I am, I'm a little bit higher. We got about 6 or 7 inches, so it was fun getting out. Well yeah, we're on the Q3. We find that we need to get on with this car because I want to play with that. So yes, the alternator, these are the bits, all these bits, except for the bonnet cable, go in that hole. They all go in here somewhere. So I'm hoping we can finally get these pipes in, coolant isn't going to leak and the alternator is going to work. That's the main thing. I want this front end on, the rad pack on, and I want to make sure everything else is okay before we go ahead and panel the front up. And yeah, all these bits go in there somewhere, so it's going to be fun. And the start of this video unfortunately is going to be a little bit boring for you because you're not going to be able to see anything. I'm going to be scrabbling around in here. Don't matter where I put the camera, you're not going to see it. So I'm just going to get on, I think, get these pipes back in there, and then we'll start doing a bit of time lapse for the front panel and stuff again maybe. I think it's just going to be unwatchable, unfortunately. So yeah, these are the right, yeah they are, the right parts. It's going to be fun remembering where they all go as well, because there is a few other ones. There's this one here, these, that's the cabling for the alternator and all that. These pipes, I'm going to put all the intake back on. There's this pipe, there's a fair bit going on. So yeah, right, I'm going to crack on with it, and when we get to a point, I'll tell you what's going on, obviously, when I've done it, and we'll get to a point where I can have some time lapse and you can actually see some stuff going on. I'll put the camera on and you can watch. So I'll come back to you shortly. Hey, well, it'll be no surprise that yet again we found something else broken. And I was very lucky that I stumbled across it, because it doesn't look broken until you have a very, very close look. And it's the oil filter housing. And right on the front here, the only thing that caught my eye was the fact that that's a bit ovalled. And then right on the back of it, right there, don't know how much you can see if I just push it. You see that crack? So, yet again, we're stuck. I tell you, I'm very, very quickly losing patience with this car. It's driving me mad. So we're going to have another delay now. I'm going to have to find that part, wait for it to arrive, and then have a third attempt at putting it back together. I'm so glad that I saw it, because if I'd have got it all back together, front panel, and then we had a coolant leak again, oh, I'd have been so mad. I'd have been so mad, I tell you. So yeah, that's stopping us now. I've done a few bits, I've done everything else that I can do. I'll let you have a look, see if you can see with a torch. So I've got all the actual coolant pipes put back in the back, all fastened up all tight, and the alternator's on, augs belts back on, I've done the aircon pipe and the dipsticks in. Intake pipes back on as well. So it's just a case of getting that oil filter housing in there with the oil and water exchange unit on top back in place, and then we have to just put these other pipes back on, and then we're back to putting the front panel on. So yeah, not great, but like I said, all I can do is look on the bright side that I noticed it before I put it back together, and we're not pulling it back apart for the third time at least. So all I can do is tell you that as soon as I do have this replacement part, I will come back in this video and we will continue. So hopefully only a couple of days, but again, another delay. This car's driving me mad. Another thing that's annoying me as well, I ordered the interior, all the dash and everything, a week and a half ago on eBay. Supposed to come on Wednesday this week. It's now actually Saturday today, so it's 3 days later already, so that's annoying me as well, because I can't get on with the interior. We've got loads to do on this car and I just want to get on with it and get it done, and we're just getting delay after delay after delay. But hey, these things can't be helped. This is how it goes. So I'll hopefully be back in a couple of days, in a couple of seconds for you guys, and we'll continue this video and finally, hopefully, get this front end on. Please, just go right. Right, I'm back. It's been a couple of days again. Right, now, we've got our new oil filter housing. There it is. So, fingers crossed for the 27th millionth time, this can now go back together and won't just throw coolant everywhere. We need to get this car done. It should be done by now, and we've done very little to it, in all honesty. So let's just dive in, let's just get some stuff done. What I'm thinking now, because obviously I've lost some oil with the old housing, we might as well just dump the oil. I don't like to do it when the engines are cold, you get more out when they're warm. But I'm just going to dump the oil and put fresh in it for its first start, so we're going to service it anyway, so it might as well be done. I'm sure I've got the oil and filter. I think I put them in the back. So look. Yes, there we go. I did. So let's just get this done. I'll put you on a camera. You're on a camera. I'll put you on a stand, and we're going to get this housing in, all the pipe work back in, and get on with putting this front end back on. Get the thing running. So let's get on with it. Right then, it's all built back up now in the middle. All that pipe work is back in. So fingers crossed we have got all the damage. I really hope so. I will be mad if I'm going to pull it apart again. I will be mad. I will not be happy. So now, a bit of sniffles. Right, now we can put this rad pack back on. And yeah, I hope this time it works out. Oh, I really do. Yeah, so anyway, I've done the oil filter and we've got the pan under there, draining the oil. So we must remember that we need to put fresh oil in it before we try to start it. That would be a disaster. And I've also had the battery on charge as well for a couple of days, so we shouldn't have any electrical power issues. So right, let's get this front panel back on. Get it all plumbed up to the point where we can put some coolant in it and just keep motoring on. Right, so we've got that front end back on, all the rad packs on. I'm pretty sure I've connected everything up, all the wiring's connected up that I can. As far as I'm aware now, we're ready to put coolant and engine oil in. And whilst I'm doing that, obviously I'll put the airbox in, because the airbox includes the airflow meter. So it'll be wise to throw that in so it runs properly. But yeah, I think it's all together. I've done the bonnet cable, washer bottles in. It all looks right, and I don't seem to have any pipes left. So fingers crossed, I have got it all. So I'll put you on a stand whilst I'm filling all the fluids up, airbox in, and then we're going to have the great start, as long as we get coolant in and it doesn't pour back out the bottom again like before. We can then get it running and hopefully get it up to temperature, make sure there's no other leaks, and finally have done with this rad pack. It's been a while, it's been doing my head in. So I'll put you on a stand, and we'll get all the fluids in it. Yeah, just fingers crossed this goes well. Right, the time is now. We've got coolant, we've got oil, we've got battery life. So the coolant's full. It's took probably 6 litres so far. I think that's because, you know, of the extra radiator at the bottom for the I don't know what it is. It's a water intercooler or whatever. I don't know. Charge cooler maybe. So need to put some power to it. Be wise just to tighten that up, wouldn't it? And now we need to turn it on. So, fingers crossed. See what happens, eh? Oh. Try and lower this wheel a bit for you. There we go. Are we ready? So we're running. Engine sounds alright on this. Brake lights are on for some reason. Brake pedals sticking and the last little bit of travel. Get rid of this steering. There we go. I'm just resetting the electronic steering, that's all, by going lock to lock. Get rid of a light. So, it's just a waiting game now, really. These have an auxiliary little pump that pumps the water down round at the bottom. So I'm not sure really how much bleeding there will be, because that will very quickly circulate and get all the air out, in my eyes. And it has dropped a little bit already. So basically now I just need to leave it to warm up, and hopefully we end up with no leaks. At the minute, fingers crossed, it's looking okay. Is that brake pedal sinking down as well a bit? Yeah, I need to alter the brake pedal switch a bit. So you see the coolant just slowly going down. And we have no leaks. There's nothing on the floor. So it's circulating and it's getting all the air out for us. That's my theory anyway. So yeah, I'll leave it to run for a bit now. I'll check the oil again, and obviously we'll top up the fluids. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we've cracked it. But I'll let you know shortly. Right. So, we do have a leak, but it's a very tiny one. And I'm hoping I can do it in place. I found it. You're not going to be able to see it, but basically there's a very, very small piece of pipe down there. It's only so big. And it's the pipe that goes onto the oil filter housing for the coolant. So when there's obviously been an impact, it's just pierced a tiny hole in the pipe where it connects to the actual plastic. It doesn't leak until it's fully pressurised and warm, and it's only a tiny bit. It's been running a long time, and there's just that bit there that it needs dealing with. So I'm going to get the proper tool for undoing these hose clamps. Where is the one? Do them. I'm going to get the proper tool for them. That's on like a big cable. And I'm going to try and get it out in place. I don't want to take the front end off again. So, having said all that, I'm happy. It runs great. It's warmed up, no problem. But yeah, it's a shame we've just got that little leak. It's I'm going to have to try and deal with. So, yeah, I'm a bit reluctant to carry on with the outside until I've dealt with that. So perhaps in the next video, we can crack on and get the inside sorted, all the airbags. So I'm going to leave this video here now. So yes, some progress at least. We got this front end back on. Fingers crossed I don't have to take it back off just to get that little piece of pipe out, and we can replace it in place. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm a lot happier than I was before I put the front end on. I need to get some of this stuff done, you know, it's chaos. Don't you want to know. It's chaos in here, and there's a car about to be dropped off as well tonight. I need to get on top of this. Oh well. So yes, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks. If you enjoy it, do subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.